Hello out there, or hello in there. We're testing the Rock-Tek inserts from Proline on an optic. This is the H10. It was a kit originally, and it's had a few modifications. It's got the Jersey Scalar 82R body kit on there, which I think looks pretty darn good. And some Vanquish wheels, and we've got those Proline Rock-Tek inserts and Josh's additions onto an H10 axle, so this will all work. The magnets, of course, at the top here keep everything so the weight stays at this point all the time. We'll see how these work on much drier rocks today on a much more compy kind of truck. Only thing letting it down there is its long wheelbase. Now, initially I built this truck to be sort of my FPV rig, and typically I would try and also do this as an FPV challenge, but I was like, you know what, I want to get my eyes on where I'm actually looking. And that weight certainly seems to be helping. You can tell that it's a lot more planted. Let's get to some more challenging rocks. Now, the main disadvantage to the Rock-Tek is that it does replace most of your typical foam insert with a hard plastic insert, and that does definitely affect the amount of squish your tires are going to get. The other big concern I have with these inserts is at high speed, is that magnet going to be enough to keep that weight positioned where it's supposed to sit? Wow. Making mincemeat out of most of these obstacles.
Seguro cobre tudo. Não, sim. Aí eles pagam o seguro lá na SPM. Não, o ponto é, se o seguro cobre e você não tá com tanto, não vai dar tanto trabalho para fazer o corpo, não, sempre dá trabalho, né?
Seem to have gotten myself into a pretty bound up situation, but managed to get myself out. So I'll take it. Nice. Much better to test these out on a dry day like today. Already feeling like there is significant difference between this and just a stock setup. And if I had my druthers, I probably would have brought another set of wheels and tires, but I didn't bring a backpack today, so I had no way to carry them. But I've done trash. Can you believe this? Unbelievable. People are disgusting. Test how it does on a downhill as well, because this is, you know, weight down low where you want it. Should kind of keep the truck quite planted. Yeah, nice. Now the Optic has a longer wheelbase than probably most standard crawlers, but I think it's still kind of doing a pretty decent job with those inserts. Better than I was anticipating, honestly. The Optic is such a great, versatile buggy, too. Oh, that was my own fault there. Let's see how it does on the uphill version of this. Yep, no problem. I suspect that shouldn't be a problem in any regard. The addition of an FOC system like the one I've got in this truck really helps as well. Just makes everything so smooth, controlled, predictable. See, by having that weight sit there up top, once you get that front set tires up there, it really does do a pretty good job. I'm pretty impressed. Now there are some disadvantages to these Rock-Tek inserts, of course. They're not waterproof out of the box, so you're going to have to make sure you do some waterproofing of your own. That bearing is expensive. If it gets wet and rusty and you need to replace it, that's going to cost you a fair bit of cash. They aren't going to work in every condition, as I proved in the more loamy, wet mud that I was running this in before. It's really going to be sort of like a comp situation where you've got a nice scrubbed kind of rock. I think anytime it gets loose, your tires aren't going to perform well. And I'd also argue that because of those plastic inserts rather than all of the foam, you're definitely getting less overall tire squish, which could be a problem as well. I think it's all about, honestly, compromise. You're like, do I need more front forward weight, or do I need a better performing foam? There's a lot of things to consider when you're building a dedicated rock crawler or comp truck. So I think it's going to come down to your personal preference and your experience. What's going to work best for you? Let's go test it on some of the Devil's obstacles. What's this one? I can't remember. Devil's Cottage? No. Devil's Pulpit? I don't remember. The long wheelbase is definitely going to not help this truck here. I don't think there's any way that, even with the weighted inserts, we'll be able to get ourselves up over this obstacle. Nope. Nope. Do you remember what truck it was that had all the success here? I can't remember what it was. Put a comment down below to remind me of which truck it was that did well on that specific obstacle. And of course, if you're enjoying this video and you like seeing real-world tests of technology, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And ring that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. That's Devil's Cottage. That's an easy one. Oh, mincemeat. Again made. That was amazing. I don't think I've had as successful a climb there before. And then yet another obstacle that should be quite familiar. These near vertical climbs. Oh, easy peasy. That was great. Let's go down into the darker section of the Devil's Playground. Side hilling is Devil's Backbone, or whichever one this one is. Devil's Deviated Septum. Now, I had a lot of trouble when it was wet, obviously, because this is a pretty slick bit of rock here. But let's see how it does. See, I think that tire that was lifted was helping a lot. Nice. Now let's see. This one I really wanted to get before. I had a hard time with this. This is a tough obstacle. Not anymore. Wow. Okay, that was seriously impressive. I think we can all agree. It struggled with that one before. Let's do it again. That's your Rock-Tek insert at work right there. Uh-oh. Yeah, all right. Repeatable. It's good to know. It's not just a fluke on my part. If I recall, this one also was a bit problematic. Not anymore. As was this one. Oh, nah, okay. Yeah, this one is a lot more vertical. Ah. Yeah. Get there. I felt like I had it. That was pretty good. Give it another go here. Yes! Rock-Tek at work. That's amazing. Is this all it is? It's so funny. It doesn't look like much, but the way these rocks situated themselves. Now, I don't want to tear it up too much. I think this is where the lack of a good solid foam kind of hurts it. Okay, that's further than I've ever gotten. Okay, I think we can firmly say that the inserts make a difference. That's great to see. I'm changing my tune now that I've had a bit of time with the Rock-Tek inserts on a proper truck in more proper sort of environment, I guess. Man, that is... I'm so happy to see that happening over and over again. It means that it's also skill. All right, they're getting my vote. I think it's something that we can definitely say has an advantage. As long as you are kind of, like I said, the compromise is the foams. I think as soon as that changes, and I did order a set of flubber inserts, I think they're called. I can't remember exactly. But they promised to give her a better experience with like a more printed silicone style insert. So we'll see how that works out when they arrive. I ordered them a little while ago, but there's a pretty long run, or a pretty long lead time on those. See if we can get up this, which has always been a struggle. Well, not on the first try. Ooh, but on the second try, oh. I'd say that's a pretty good attempt. I'm going to give that a pass. It's certainly better than we did the last time we were out with the Rock-Teks. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. And I think you would be too, if you were in the same sort of dry conditions with clean tires, no mud, no water, no wetness. I think you would definitely see an improved crawling advantage with those Rock-Teks. So I'm convinced. There you go. Still a very expensive thing to add to a truck, without a doubt. Could your money just be spent on brass? Yeah, I think so. But I don't think it would have the same advantage. And I think this is the thing that people seem to have either not seen or not understood about how these work. The magnets are keeping the weight always at this plane. So if you lift the truck up, the weight's not here anymore. It's here. And that's where you want it. You want it always on the leading edge. And I understand that now. So that's something to keep in mind, is that it's not just a rotating weight inside the tire that can spin freely. Provided you've got these magnets, that weight is always going to be sitting at this plane. No matter which way you're looking, it's always going to be this way. So even in this situation, where's the weight? That way. So that's the best way I can do to describe it. And I think, given that you don't go too fast, and you shouldn't be in a rock crawling competition anyway, I think that's the right move. I think it's an excellent addition to a comp style crawler. Would I put it on a trail truck? Never in a million years. It just doesn't make any sense. Hope this helped. Hope that you got a better sense of how it works and that it was working. I think that's going to do it though. My thanks to all my loyal ding-dongs for being a part of the ding-dong community. If you're interested in that, link down below for all kinds of behind-the-scenes content, tips and tricks, how-tos, travelogues, and you get to see a lot of videos before everybody else. So, something to think about if you like being a part of a tight-knit group community. It's pretty good. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.